Okay, before we get started, it's important to make sure that we have our MIDI connection hooked up and our auto connection hooked up. We also need to make sure the MIDI control is set up, like the MIDI syncing. We got to sync stuff up. So we'll press mode. We've got our mode light going on. And one of these pads represents syncing, which is this pad right here. And now you'll see here, we have MIDI. We've got to make sure we have the active track receive on all. Then we go to sync. And here in sync, we have sync in off. And we have sync out coming out of A. Okay, now we got our motif. First, we're going to back up here in our view. I'm going to show you something here in the mode. We've got, when it comes on, you got the master and your performance on. We want to use pattern in this case. Okay? Next, we'll press utility. Now, we'll zoom in. As you can see here, already set up here, we've pressed the button here for the MIDI, which is right here. And we have MIDI sync. See, sync is on right there. It's sync. We're in sync right now. Now here we have MIDI sync set to internal. We don't want that. We want to skip that and go to MIDI. Next, clock out. We don't want to send a clock out. Put that off. We want to make the MPC be our sequencer, and the motif will be our module. That means we'll play sounds on a motif and trigger these sounds on a motif, and then we'll record the data into our MPC. Now this way, this MIDI setup will allow us to do that. Let's get started. Oh yeah, got the beat now. Time to play some keyboards. Let's do that next. Next, I'll select a new track. We'll zoom in, and here on this track, I'm going to set it up for MIDI. I'll start playing some keyboards and some, I guess, bass lines. And what if I want to play from my motif and record this data into my MPC1000? As you can see here, we set it for MIDI by selecting MIDI. Next, we went to here and turn program off. That way it won't trigger any sounds. If program were to be on, I'm going to play the keyboards. While playing the keyboards, I'm triggering sounds in the MPC. We don't want that. I'm going to turn this off. I can play the keyboard without triggering sounds in my MPC1000. Next, I want to make sure I'm in MIDI channel 1A. Now remember, the back, we have the output as A and B. We have a possible 16 MIDI channels in A and 16 in B, giving us a total of 32 MIDI channels out of our two outputs. So in this case, since we're hooked up to MIDI channel A, we're using the first channel, which is 1. Okay, let's go to our